Project Dirt, Chapter 8. Adam looked up at the police officer, and the man looked down at him, confused. "What did you say?" the man said, as he kneeled down to look him in the eyes, and Adam repeated the words, "Please save us. They are going to take us to a bad place. I heard them talk about it," Adam told him. The police officer scanned him with a pen-like device and looked surprised at the result. He looked at Adam worriedly, then stood up and called it in while he looked down at him. "Hey, I got a kid here who says somebody is going to sell him to bad places. He has no bio ID and is not in the system. Can you send a car and social services for the kid?" "Wait, I see somebody coming from the block the kid came from," the police officer said. Adam turned to look back, suddenly feeling wet in his hair. When he turned back to the police officer, he saw his head was gone, and his own hands were covered in blood. He tried to scream. Adam woke up with a scream. He sat up in the bed, looking at his hands as they were shaking. He hit the wall again and again until his fist was bleeding. He screamed again, got out of bed, and showered. He was glad he had made the rooms soundproof. This was not a side of him he wanted them to know. He cursed as he thought about his stupidity while he injected the Medigel injection. It should be fine if he didn't break any bones within an hour. He just hoped Hara won't notice he kept stealing them. He got dressed, got into the elevator, and took down to the second floor where the kitchen was. It was still early, so nobody was up. He saw 03 quietly stalking him to make sure he was safe. He had probably spotted his elevated stress. He ignored it and went to make himself some coffee. He took the cup and went up to the control room on the 3rd floor, found his desk and sat down. Halfway through the coffee, he heard a noise and turned, expecting to see Jork or Vorts. Instead, he saw a Dushan boy about 10 years old or older. The boy had bright red skin and short yellow hair, wearing a white t-shirt that was too big, black sweatpants, and no socks or shoes. The boy held a cup of coffee and went to sit down at a desk, copying Adam. "Are you ready to work?" Adam asked, a little amused, and the boy turned and nodded seriously. "Yes, I've got to earn my keep. My brothers and sister think they can sleep away the day," he replied, and Adam had to hide his laugh. "Ah, those lazy kids. So, are you ready to work today? Well, first, open up your screen. Put your hand on that green pad," he told him, and the kid nodded slowly, as if he had learned that everything should be answered with a nod. He put his little hand on the pad, and the screen came up. Adam smiled. "Now I need to say your name to the computer," Adam said, and the boy nodded seriously. "My name is Kaiwa Shishan, first son of Miwa Shishan. My mother is Pilla Shishan. I am 12 years old, slave of," he said, and Adam stopped him. "No, you are not a slave, Kaiwa. You are a free man, as is your brother and sister. Your parents will be free in a few years. They only work for me." Adam felt panic rise again, and Kaiwa looked at him confused. So confused he forgot to nod. "I'm free? So I don't have to work?" he asked, and at that, Adam laughed. "Yes, you don't. But you can if you want," Adam said with a smile, and the boy looked at Adam back at the screen and saw it spring to life. He lost all interest in Adam and grabbed his coffee cup with both hands, took a sip, and immediately put the cup away. Adam accessed the control, started a drone, and gave Kaiwa control over it. It was a simple observation drone with an anti-collider program installed, and when the control was activated, Kaiwa quickly started trying to control it as he laughed. Adam watched him for a few minutes and then called Mady to bring some juice for the boy. An hour later, Vort and Jork came in and stopped at the door, watching the boy flying the drone around the edges of the northern pole. "Why is he flying a drone?" Vort asked, and Adam grinned. "He is working. I'm having him scan all the lakes he can find. Apparently that is easy work," he replied. Kaiwa suddenly stopped and turned to Adam. "Okay, the lazy people have woken up, so I'm going to find my brothers and sister now. Bye-bye." Then he ran off, and the two others watched him vanish down the hall as they found their place. Mady came to clean up after the boy. "I thought the students were going to join us?" Vort asked, as he turned his chair to face him. Jork turned his halfway so he could watch the screen simultaneously. "Well, we have to go over a few things first. We can't tell them everything. They are reporting back to the university. I don't trust that. If too many people know what we are doing before we set up a good defense, we can be in danger, Adam explained as he sipped on his third cup of coffee. What do you mean? York asked, as the report from the asteroid field came up. Adam looked at it and suddenly whistled. Wow. York turned to look at it as well, and his eyes went wide. Vorts leaned over, then his jaw dropped at what he saw. I mean like that. If they report that back, what do you think will happen? Adam said as he remotely closed the door to the room and pulled it up on the big screen. 2 asteroids, both around 5 kilometers in length and about 2 kilometers wide, and 1 kilometer deep, with a content of 74 and 81% iridium. They all just looked at it as the other reports came in. Most of the asteroid field was worthless, but 1/4 of it was filled with valuable materials. Jork looked at him. That's enough for a large mining operation. We can mine all of that with what you have, he said, and Adam nodded. Yes, and if I buy what we need, then somebody is bound to follow after and find this place. Do you think they will let me have it? Adam said as he asked the computer to assess the value quickly. It came up as 30 million credits if all were sold at the current price. Adam stared at the number and looked back at the 2. This does not leave this room. Jork, you have to hide those asteroids. Move them somewhere they won't look for them. This find has just made all of us very rich. Yes, I'm not so stupid to think I can keep this from you guys. Just don't tell anybody. Understand? He looked between them, and they both nodded seriously. I'm not suicidal. They would kill everybody to make sure nobody found out, Vort said. Good, now clean this up. Let us find a trace of iridium later. We need some to print those speeders and transports. 2 metric should be enough. Don't overdo it. Adam looked at Jork, who agreed. They all went to work, and the program was hidden 1 hour later. Adam sat silently, staring at the screen, thinking as Rokes came in. What's up, boss? We need to try to buy more droids from Earth again. I need to get hold of Harold. Harold? Wait, your friend from Earth, right? The one working for Ares? Rokes asked. Yeah, remember when we tried to get droids last time? I completely forgot to call him. It's a long call, all the way to Earth, but I need to make it. It's going to cost me an arm and a leg. Anyway, do you want to go shopping? Adam asked. Sure, I just need a job for my crew, and if you call him, I want more of that Earth whiskey. Rokes replied. Adam got up and looked at Jork. Have the pilots run drills for pirate attacks and do a proper scan of the gas giants. I have a feeling the guys who surveyed this system were sloppy. Jork looked at him and grinned. You don't trust them. What about the students? Give them the project's current status and plans. Have them review it for flaws, and update the communication system, the security patch and logs. Now that we are growing, we might attract more unwanted attention, Adam replied, then left with Rokes. When they entered the elevator, Rokes turned to him. So you called me partner when we met. How much of a partner are we? Adam chuckled. That is why we are going to the hub. We have to set up a few things and make it official. I'm suggesting 10% of the company, which land when the project is finished. Only 10%? Well, I didn't invest anything, so I'll take it. I have a feeling it will make me very rich anyway, right? He winked, and Adam chuckled as the elevator door opened, and D03 was ready to escort them. Yes, my friend, you are correct as long as that mouth stays closed. Adam winked, and Rokes closed his mouth, then showed his fangs. Apparently, it was his people's way of showing they would not speak. They spent the week it took to get to the hub discussing what they should do. The more Adam thought about it, the more he knew he was making the right choice. Rokes was the right man to have by his side, somebody who would call him an idiot to his face, but still be loyal. Mr. Harry Rowe looked over the contracts and back at Adam, then to Ms. Minna, who looked between them. You do understand what you sign here, right? She asked Adam, who had taken the contracts and signed the first, and then gave it to Rokes. Yes, I am very aware. Rokes is not my second in command. He owns 10% of the company and 10 square kilometers of his own liking of the planet's dirt. He would have second choice after me, which basically is home base now, and I am now officially. As he signed the second contract, founder of Clan Wrangler, with all the rights and duties that entitles in the Galactic Federation, and if Rokes signs, he becomes my second in command. He gave the second contract to Rokes, who quickly signed it. Minna just looked at him with admiration. You sure you don't want a wife? She asked. And Adam laughed this time. No, but Rokes might want one, he replied, and Rokes winked at Minna. Adam got serious. Yes, I know this is crazy, but I'm alone here, and this is how I secure myself. I trust him. If he wanted my credits, he would have tried something long ago. He is an honest and honorable man. As for the last contract, he looked at it and then at them. Mr. Harry Row took it and signed quickly, handing it to Minna, who also signed it. Good, I should have done this a long time ago. You are now my representative on the hub, and I will contact you directly through our satellite system. It should be up and running by now. Now, if you would excuse us, we have some long-distance communications. We will probably stay a few days this time around. They said their goodbyes and left the office for the Shinutsa FTL communication office. It was an expensive call, and it took 3 hours to get to Earth Aries Company, and then 30 minutes to contact Harold, who seemed excited when he popped up on the screen. He was a few years younger than Adam, and beamed as he saw him. Bro, where the hell are you? Hey there, Harold. I'm safely located in Sector N47 as I told you. How are things at the office? Did you ask that girl from accounting out for a date? Adam said, and he could not help but smile. It had been a long time since he had seen a human face, and Harold had been the one he had been closest to back then. His roommate at the orphanage was more like a little brother. He had always watched over him and the others, but had never been close to any of them. There was only one other he felt close to from back then. Dina? Yeah, we're married. I wish you had been at the wedding, but it was kind of hard to get a hold of you. Man, it's good to see you. Everybody is asking about you, he replied, and Adam scratched his hair. Everybody. He was confused about who else it could be. The whole batch. Come on. You just left, man. I thought you were kidding when you said you were going that far away. Wait, if you call from there, are you in trouble? What do you need? Harold suddenly got serious, and Adam looked at him. Hey, it's my job to ensure you're safe, not the other way around. Remember? But yeah, I need a few things, Adam replied. Well, you called the right man. So, what do you need? Name it, man, Harold replied. I need more droids. I might have a pirate problem. Your company said they don't want to sell to somebody this far out. That is correct. If we sell this far out, somebody has to follow the goods, so I need to find somebody to deliver it for you. Which won't actually be a problem, he replied. Oh? Why not? Who wants to take a year to come here? He asked, and Harold grinned. I know somebody who will jump at the opportunity, and it will take this person 6 months from where she is. He replied. Who? No, she won't. She isn't that crazy, Adam said, and Harold smiled while rubbing his hands. Yes, she is. So, send me a list, and I will give you a good price, but you have to pay for the transport. Are you okay with that? He asked. Adam took a deep breath, and then sent the list, and Harold looked at it. Wow. That's 1.2 million plus transport. Are you sure? Adam sent the credits. Yeah, and see if you can add a few crates of whiskey. Have a friend here who got addicted. Harold looked shocked as the credit got through. Wow, damn bro. You just made me the top seller. I'll toss in a few company goods for such good customers. Your friend would be very happy. Please keep in contact. I miss you, man. Harold looked at him, and Adam smiled. I miss you too, little bro. It is getting expensive here. I promise not to wait another year before I call. Take care now. Adam hung up and started to cry. God, Harold was a married man now, and not the little boy he had comfort when he had nightmares. And here he was, still fighting his own.